Yeah, it says recording. All right. We're on Chinwood Street. Yeah, like he said, mountains that way. My name is Tim Freriks. I'm a professional ultra trail runner for Hoka, One, and also more traditionally I work as a registered nurse at Flagstaff Medical Center. The change with this disease happened seemingly overnight. Typically over the last couple years I've been pretty fortunate to be able to run, not full time, I still work to keep my mind busy and keep myself occupied, but usually only 1 to 2 12-hour shifts in a given week. And then now I'm working full-time. For us is 3 12s in a week. So I'm working more along those lines, a little bit of overtime on top of that too. I'm working in an intensive care unit, taking care of these patients that are being transported to our medical center from all over the state. So it's just been a really busy time, kind of a hectic time at work. For me, coping with like that new workflow has just been like how I cope with everything else and just running a lot. And really, I've been enjoying these really long days in the mountains around town. Just getting out by myself and kind of getting lost in the woods and taking my mind off of just, I don't know, everything else. All right, getting very close to the top. Definitely on the more runnable, like upper middle section of Eldon Lookout Trail. All right, just made it to the top. Yeah, just a bunch of like TV towers, cell phone towers. I don't know exactly what they are. So we ran into this guy out in the forest. Well, like I said, we didn't make it over to Weatherford today. It'd be 17-ish or so. Say the longer one for the weekend. So these have been what have been keeping me occupied the last month. Under typical circumstances, these would never be necessary in Flagstaff. It's just not steep enough around here, with the exception of one trail that I've been running like hundreds of times the last month and a half. On a given climb, I might, the runnable stuff, you're here. And then you're like hiking. So yeah, that's the poles. You're running uphill and you're trying to like unlock these, and I'm sure if you watch any of the guys running like Ultra Trail World Tour races, they're really fast and smooth and they look really cool doing it, but I just look like an idiot. Goo, like I was saying earlier, was gracious enough to send our unit at the hospital a bunch of goo products, which is really nice of them. So been using some of that to get out on the trails. What is it they use? Like maltodextrin, I think is the main. I'll do like some goo Roctane mix in the bottles. Also some of the Cliff Blocks, which I really like. The jacket I don't think I'll need today. Yeah, I'm like a little Boy Scout, and if that wasn't enough, I've also been throwing a belt on because you gotta have a way to carry the poles. I tried like a sheath before. Really didn't like that very much. I felt like I was fumbling with it even more. Yeah, so like running around Flagstaff with all this, like this has been me the last month and a half, and I just look insane. You don't need all this, but it's fun. It keeps us busy. one of my first shifts in the intensive care unit, my preceptor knows I'm a runner, and he's like, look, man, we are running a marathon here. You know, like in a month, we're gonna be right here. You know, when you're running trails, you just break it down into like a given race or a longer run in the mountains. You're just breaking it down into one climb, one descent, one technical section of trail at a time, and kind of gives your mind something to focus on, like a shorter task at hand than this, like, you know, huge ultra marathon we're running in healthcare right now, trying to treat these patients. Something like this crisis just forces you to take a step back and like appreciate the things that you had that you didn't realize you weren't appreciating enough. Getting out to the Grand Canyon the next time, especially with a group of friends, I think will be so special. Howdy, neighbor.